Wow.
Yo, yo, yo. I'm out here in the beautiful woods, and it's so peaceful and tranquil. I got the idea for today's video, today's little rant, mind dump, from when I went on a little road trip over the summer like 3 years ago, and I was just like in upstate New York. I was in some random park just going for a walk in the morning, and or no, it was like the afternoon. And I saw like these teenagers, like a meetup spot. They just got out of school, I'm assuming, and they all like biked to this spot behind the bushes in the park and were just hanging out. I was like 21 and they were probably like 16, 17. And it just made me think like how like there's all these little pockets of youth, like all these little, I don't know, I guess without sounding too emo, it just made me realize how like youth ends eventually and it's happening everywhere. But I think there's an important lesson in like knowing when to move on when you've gotten older. Getting old is an inevitability. It's inevitable. And the sooner you accept the changes of life, and the sooner you accept that things have ended, the sooner you could start enjoying life to the fullest. Actually, don't live in the past. It's over. Even if you could get people from the past back together in the same place from the past and do the same things you used to do, like old time's sake, it's just not going to feel the same. It won't. And it's going to be kind of sad. And I'm not saying don't get together with old friends if you have that option, but I'm saying like, move on when there's indicators that times have changed. I keep preaching this to like all my friends and like in these videos, and it's the fact that you only have one life and you're only here on earth for a limited amount of time. I just think it's memento mori, and I just think that if you let it could allow you to pursue and do anything. I think it's the ultimate motivator, if you will. Nothing lasts forever. Nothing sticks together. Life is obviously hard. Do the things you want to do. You have to pursue them passionately. I wanted to try and seamlessly transition to the next topic of this rant, but I don't think I'm doing a good job of that. It's about happiness and pursuing things you're passionate about. You might not be in a stance financially or location wise or whatever to pursue things you might have a inkling towards, things you are slightly or very, very passionate about. To that, I just say like to do what you can, like while we have all this technology. Even if you're like working your ass off and you only got like a couple hours at the end of the evening of free time, and all you could do is maybe take your phone out and film a video in your car on the way home, then like do that. I see people doing it and I think it's awesome. I think more people need to do that. More people need to utilize what's available to you. Like just start small if that's what you have to do. I think people in the past would be so amazed by like the fact that they could broadcast themselves to hundreds and thousands of people. There's so many ways to express yourself. It's like the best time to be an artist. And I think expressing ourselves is like the best part about being a human, maybe. I wanted to talk about happiness and how I finally learned, and I feel like internalized, the fact that happiness comes from within, and it comes from the moment. It comes from the journey and the pursuit, and not anything that's really external. When you start pursuing things out of passion alone, and when you're actively doing that, you get enjoyment and fulfillment out of making things and learning it. If you pursue music, there's nothing like when you finally like have stuff click in your head. When you write your first song, when you have your first record deal sellout moment. You just pursue things passionately, success will start to physically manifest itself with what will feel like you're not even trying. Because you're no longer like trying to get like a nice car. Like that'll just be something that happens due to your passion. Whatever you measure as success, whether it's acknowledgement for people, awards, nice things you can buy and get, like when you get those things, be like, cool, this is cool, and then move on. I'm not saying immediately either. Like you could relish in it for a bit, but I think that's the right mindset to live life fulfillingly. I've been re-listening to that Tame Impala song, Let It Happen, and I got curious and looked up what the lyrics meant, And what I found is that let it happen means to just let life take you. Like, you'll realize that all the pushback you have against life, like all the things you're doing to kind of keep things going the way you want them to go, is actually harder than just letting go and just letting life take you wherever it goes. Wherever it happens to go, just go with the flow. Working hard and go with the flow go together. It's funny, like usually when the weather starts to suck and get really cold, like it is now, I usually get that seasonal mood swing, and now I just don't. Wherever you go, there you are. Happiness comes from within. It just happens while you're doing things. It doesn't come from external things, guys. It just doesn't. Stop wanting things that are materialistic. That's how you free yourself. I think this society and kind of what's pushed on people to measure your success and to desire like the next thing. Like, work hard so you can now get the newer version of your car and the nicer house and the nicer neighborhood and the nicer phone and blah, blah, blah. But instead, just be happy with what you have now and utilize it as much as you can. Don't think you need the next greatest thing to be successful. People are making absolute bangers in their bedroom. You don't need all these things. You don't need all these things to happen and all these things to have to get you where you want to go. You have enough right now, probably. And if you already resonate with all this, then I think, like, good job. Like, you're figuring it out. You're on the right path. I really do feel like a lot of conviction here and a lot of certainty in what I'm saying. I hope I stay with this mindset in the years, decades to come. But yeah, I'll show you the creek now. And ciao.